All right. So, hey, everybody, it's Ivory here, and I have a very, very special guest here. Oh my gosh. Like, this guy right here is literally the freaking GOAT. And I just wanted to bring him to you guys' attention because he did something that is incredible. And I think you want to hear his story. This is a special brother right here. I have Carlos with me here. How you doing, Carlos?
Good, Ivory. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, glad to have you. Yeah, so glad. Let's get right to it. So this guy did something super special. He paid off his mortgage. I ain't talking about credit cards, a car loan. We talking mortgage. Paid it off in 26 years early. So he paid off in 4 years. So I want to ask you, Carlos, what motivated you? Like, who does that? Like, what motivated you to do that?
Um, I don't like being in debt. That's one of the main things that was a driving factor. One of the things that would separate me from a traditional mortgage would be that I got a fixer upper, so the mortgage
Mm-hmm.
wasn't as high as your rates that you see out there today. But I took that into consideration. I'm like, I do have a lot lower mortgage than most people. Let me go ahead and just tackle this head on, try to get it out of the way as quickly as possible. And I just, from the very first day, I got my mindset straight, picked up extra shifts, picked up an extra job, and that was my main focus for the last 4 years was just pay this down.
Wow.
Um,
So what specific strategies did you use in order to do that?
yeah, great question. So specific strategy would be just I when I did have some credit card debts, so I did use
Hmm.
the
Yep.
debt snowball method, to tackle those first, and then just shift my focus mainly on the mortgage. Um, snowball debt method is was great. I had three credit cards at that time that I was able to pay off, one right after the other, to where it set me up to just the only thing I really had to worry about was just my mortgage payments. Um, my mortgage payments, one of the things that helped me out the most was I rented out some of my rooms to some cousins, because I had three rooms upstairs. No one was using them. I was like, might as well ask some family, some friends if they want to move in. Gave them a decent rate. Had them living with me for the last 4 years. They're still living with me now. Um, but all that money just shifted it to the mortgage. I didn't even think of it. It didn't exist in my mind. Just went straight to the payments.
Wow, wow. So you did some house hacking. So that's one of the things I always tell people. If you got extra rooms, you got extra place, house hack. Why not, right? Rent it out. I mean, this is the new way to do it. So it definitely helped you. And I gotta ask, like, when you sent that final payment off, like what was going through your mind? Walk me through it. How did you feel sending off that final payment?
Yeah, that final payment, I was like, well, hopefully it doesn't bounce back. But no, I was ecstatic, to say the least. I felt like I had achieved something um, greater than I had ever anticipated. It was a 30-year, mortgage. A lot of people were like, oh, in 30 years, when I'm like 50, 60, it'd be paid off. But I didn't like that. I was like, I don't want to live my life just having to have that in the back of my mind that, oh, if I ever fall late, if something happens down the road, I get hurt, I'm not able to work. Like, I wanted to take advantage of me being young, healthy, and able. Um, so yeah, when I hit submit for that final payment, I was just waiting for it to go through and clear through my bank account. That was the first thing I did. The second day, see if it cleared. The third day, it had cleared, and I was beyond relieved. Told my parents about it. They were excited. A lot of my friends congratulated me. My roommates were happy for me as well.
Hmm.
Um, so, to say the least, it was a big lift off my shoulders.
Absolutely, man. That is amazing. And have to ask, who held you accountable or who kept you accountable or who inspired you? How did you stay the course?
Yeah. So what helped me stay accountable was my future self, I would say.
Mm.
So I'm always driven by what I want to be and what I want to do in the future. So I always have that vision of I want to live like this. I want to do this by the time I'm 30 or 35, 40, whatever it may be. I always just envision my future self. How will this benefit me in the future? Um, that's one of the things that helped me stay accountable to myself. And I could have easily taken that rent money, spent it on myself, gone on trips, but
Mm-hmm.
that's all gonna come. That'll all eventually just trickle down with what I'm currently doing. But what motivated me, a lot of things. Growing up, I've always said to myself I wanted to get out of poverty. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I've experienced a foreclosure. So my
Mm-hmm.
family growing up, we were foreclosed on. It was a really rough time. I was a young kid. And I think from that moment, it really kind of put into perspective, like, hey, like, yeah, getting a house and getting your mortgage paid off is like it's a huge accomplishment. So that's one of the things that drove me. Um, and I mean, Ivory, I mean, one of the things too that you helped me out a lot back in the day when we were working together. I
Mm-hmm.
know I used to pick your brain a lot about like stocks and different types of accounts, like a Roth IRA,
Mm-hmm.
which you did help me. I took that route. I started my Roth IRA, which that helped me get into stocks a little bit more. I
Yeah.
ended up doing my own research and I guess I played the cards right. I was able to land on some good stocks at an early stage, and 4 or 5 years later, it paid off.
Now, what can you do now that you have no mortgage, no credit cards? What can you do now that you couldn't do when you had that debt?
Travel. I think travel is going to be the
Yeah,
first
right.
thing on my list. But now I can save more comfortably.
Yep.
I was still able to save while I was still making my mortgage payments and credit card payments. I was still able to save a little bit, but
Mm-hmm.
now I'm able to devote at least 50% of my earnings to my savings, to
Wow.
my Roth IRA, to my brokerage account. Um, so I'm hoping to just build my savings for the next couple of years. Take a few trips. I actually have one lined up for next month. Figured I'd treat myself. Waited too long, so yeah, I look forward to what the future holds.
Awesome. Where are you going?
I'll be traveling down to Mexico, so just a family vacation, just to visit my family down there.
Nice, nice, nice. Now let me ask you this one last question. What piece of advice would you give somebody who's currently in debt? They have, let's say they're overwhelmed, stressed out, they don't even think that this is possible. What would you tell them?
Just take a deep breath, take it one step at a time. I've been in the position. I know what that stress feels like. Every day you wake up, you're looking at that account. Jesus, I'm never going to be able to pay this off, or I haven't made a dent. But just stay consistent. It's the dedication to it, just staying consistent. That's like the number one thing. Yeah, you could, like I said, I could have taken that rent money, put it to something else, but because I
Mm-hmm.
stayed consistent, stayed focused, I was able to pay off my mortgage a lot faster. So the one piece of advice I would just say is just staying consistent, staying motivated, um, and looking at your future self. What is that future that you envision for yourself? What are the steps that you need to take now to get there?
Absolutely. Amazing. Carlos, man, I'm just so proud of you. Again, like I can't say this enough because how old are you, by the way?
27.
27 years old. I hope you guys hear that. This guy's 27 years old, mortgage free, no credit cards, saving money, traveling, being able to live the life that he want to live because he made a decision to do so. And you have the same opportunity. You have the same choice. Carlos, I myself, we're no different from you. I mean, it's
Hmm.
just a matter of having strategy, having that why, that strong why, and you can accomplish the same thing too. So hey, I appreciate you, Carlos, so much. Thank you for your time. And man, send me some pictures of Mexico, man. I never been before.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I'll send you some pictures, and definitely if you're in the area, man, we should go out. Grab something to buy, grab something to eat.
Hmm.
Definitely catch up because anytime I'm talking with you, man, I always get motivated to do something else.
Hey, I appreciate it, Carlos. Thank you so much.
Not a problem, Ivory. Thank you so much.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye.